at 8 on Win FM. Let's Get Real on Win FM. Hi, this is Lavi. Let's Get Real, Wednesday nights at 8 on Win FM. Get ready for an hour of real talk that will keep you engaged and informed, bringing you insights, the hottest topics of the moment, and perspectives that matter from the runway to the political arena. Real Talk with Lavi covers all. Let's Get Real, Wednesday nights at 8 on Win FM. If you live in a glass house, don't throw stones. I was always a fan of Peter Tosh, and I got to know Peter Tosh and all the, people in the music from my good cousin, Rabuka up there in St. Peter's. So, folks, a pleasant good evening to you wherever you are. Once again, it's a pleasure being back here on the Real Talk with lovely Lavish Lavi and also with WinFM Media. Yes, I'm here talking to you, right? But because I was feeling the songs, and all of a sudden the song just gone. You know what I mean? It's just like a vibes. Music is really the vibration to anybody, to the soul. But before I go into our program tonight, because we have something really, a good topic tonight, and tonight's topic really is going to be about you, the beautiful audience, wherever you are. We're inviting you to take some time out and call in. I try to be as positive as possible. The Real Talk is a grassroots program. We try to be as organic as possible. Let me say authentic, and just bring your real. And with any biasness, any personal feelings towards anybody, but basically just being able to bring something to our media that everyone can relate to, because we're going definitely from what we know, what we're accustomed to. We ain't sugarcoating nothing, but we could actually be clean and nice with it. And coming from your heart and coming from somebody that is on the grounds, that are out there, not just listening to people, but, go through it. We're all going through it, because right now in America, you see what is happening. I mean, hurricane upon hurricane, and there's another hurricane coming again. And we had Hurricane Helene, and we have seen, people out there still hurting, and there are persons out there still haven't got back any electricity. But, we down here, we know how it is, we know to survive with and without. But it kind of is really, especially for those that not accustomed of this kind of lifestyle, persons that might have been pregnant, persons that just giving birth, the elders, everybody, the sick, the older people, like I said, the young people, the infants, even the animals, are just be in discomfort, not in their safe haven before these storms hit. So we are going to feel it. We have setbacks. You've seen that they had the strike up there in America. And when you're having strike and stuff like that, depending on the strike, we're going to be hurt by food. And it's going to transition down to the entire Caribbean, across the world, whether it's in gas, that you put in the, what you call that, the cars. So everybody going to feel it in so many ways. The tourists, this is a tourist season. And it's going to trickle down people, but we have to be prepared no matter what, for good and bad, what is happening. And persons that are responsible for these areas, you can't be sounding like us civilians. You got to find a way to basically ride out whatever and make us feel comfortable. All right? So tonight, as I said, I'm here. Even though I'm here, I'm monitoring what's going on out there, because we have loved one out there in Orlando, Florida. I understand they're going to be hitting over there in Fort Myers. And believe it or not, there are Kititians, there's island people, there are people all over the world that is living in Fort Myers, the Tampa area. I got to say good evening to Buckshon. There's a number of persons, like I said, out there living in Tampa that are from St. Kitts. Some of them from Monkey Hill, they're from McKnight, they're from Newtown, they're from, Nevis, they're from Anguilla, they're from all over the Caribbean. So people, it is what it is, and when we have Mother Nature, you can't do much. And things like this to show us, right, that we're really nothing. And many persons that are taking your neighbors for granted, you will recognize in a time like this, the same neighbors that you will pass and probably don't even care for, is the same neighbors that, and sometimes they want to push up their face and have the worst to think about you, out there in need of you at this time. Because as much as people evacuating, they're not just going to get up and just leave just like that. You still got to maybe, even though you're going to come back and meet nothing, you still have to try and do something to salvage whatever the star might be bringing. And you're going to be, I could just imagine seeing those places where neighbors are actually coming together. Person that probably never even know they had a neighbor or never seen a particular person, sometimes due to work wise, due to work and everything. Okay, right. Due to work, people work all kind of different shifts. Sometimes you really don't see your neighbors. But I could tell you, in a time like this, you're going to see who have dogs and pets and all kind of things because you're going to be seeing them coming out. They're going to be saying hi to you. You're going to be having conversations and stuff like that. So I would say in the Caribbean, we kind of accustomed, not that we need to have any hurricane, but we don't know what time it is. And I could just imagine if you are an island person, I can tell you to Jill, you better get your rum, get your bottle, get your music. You understand? And it's either going to be, if you like your reggae, but I could tell you this much. The Kitishans are going to pull out the Wilders,
the dancer, the reggae,
everything. They're going to pull them out tonight. No time for no R&B, but like I said, remember, whoever have the culture, if you like country music, you like R&B, but if you're real true West Indies, we want reggae music, you know what I mean? Reggae nice. But you're going to have it in your conscious. You're going to have it in your dance hall, you know what I mean? There's the spice lovers, there's the Shensia lovers. Cartel just come out. So,
big up Cartel.
Yeah, man. Right, but there's so many great music across the Caribbean, West Indies, Barbados, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, Grenada, Dominica. You know what I mean? Haiti got some nice songs too.
Yes.
Of course, Trinidad, Marshall, Montana, right now the man is all over. He's a movie star now. But he worked his way. But as I said, I might be trying to make people feel a little comfortable, I'm hoping. But it is what it is. The storm, some people are saying that, the media is exaggerating. But maybe they have to sometimes exaggerate to get people out because it's better to have less casualties than basically going back and you have to be going through all of that and something can't even find your loved one. But nevertheless, let me get and let you guys know what tonight's topic is going to be. Let me see if I can find it. So tonight's topic, let me see if I find it. Am I saying it right? Okay. I gotta find it. Give me a second, people. I gotta find this thing. Okay. Tonight's topic. Why am I not seeing it? So much things come to my phone, I can't find it. All right. Okay. Give me a second. But in the meantime, I have here in the studios with me none other than Mr. Adrian. But I have to find tonight's topic. I have the topic already, and I just want to bring it to you guys the proper way. You feel me? Okay. So, folks, tonight is going to be a call-in. If you're out there and you are listening, the topic tonight is basically, how do you think, or do you think the time has come for a reshuffling of the various ministries? So the topic really is reshuffling of the ministries, right? So I want to throw this out to the audience that tonight's topic, you can just call in, give your views, give your opinion, but we want to get some solutions and as to see why you think that it needs a reshuffling, or you think. So tonight's topic is going to be, do you think the time has come for a reshuffling of the various ministries? All right, people, so I'm going to let you guys know that this is something very important, that persons are out there want to know, if it's time after 2 years, if they think that the government, the ministries, if they're not performing, if it's time for reshuffling. And I would let you guys know that, for instance, someone is saying that some of our ministries are not performing to their abilities. They're falling below expectations. As a result, the government performance suffers in terms of results and execution. Hence, the reasons why ministerial switch up should be given serious consideration in hope of bringing about changes, positive energies, and a more better and productive way forward. So most people think that the government is not working in the interest of the people. So do you think, again, the time has come for a reshuffling of the various ministries? Let me continue. It is quite obvious that most ministries are not performing and living up to the expectations of the electorate. Call in and share your views. Yeah, so this is what we're going to speak about tonight. And try to bring it clean because it's a grassroots and we're here to empower and educate the people and actually listen to the people too, because what is happening here, it is not directly coming from Lavi. And I tell myself sometimes, how am I going to do my show? Because I recognize we're in a small environment and many of us have to always explain and give a reason as to who are we trying to be relevant to, you know, without maybe somebody going, oh, out there listening. Did you hear what Lavi said? So you're not going to punish her. I'm going to punish him. And we are all adults. We are the people that put our government into power. And we should not have to be in this fear where we cannot highlight some of the things that are happening here because people are talking. And maybe if we start doing this, we'll be able to make these electorate, you know, be a little bit more responsible and mindful and know that there might be a team to form the government, but that team is supposed to be working for the people in St. Kitts and Nevis. The people just cannot just see people, the photo ops, you know, it seems to be a trend now. And when the social media is out, so the little photo op is good because the more you see them is good. But at the end of the day, we would like to see something more than the self and the friend candidates, because at the end of the day, it's like when you're working in a job and you have your associate. You don't have to be the buddies. You go in there to do a job. And if you are basically, as the politicians, coming out and letting the people know all of a sudden you all are best friends, when we fully well know y'all wasn't best friends before because each and every one of you was individual. Didn't even know one another from Tom. Hello, you know. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Real Talk. It is 8:17. Real Talk with Lavi is on tonight. We are urging people to call in tonight, but in the meantime, we have here, across from me, we have none other than Adrian. Adrian has been here before. He come here to fit in. Adrian is somebody is in the community, and he's not coming here, and you know, because the man, let me stop calling boy. But you know, it's just a thing, eh? Yes. You know, we don't say girl, not take it to personal, buddy. Yeah, but you know, I say as no boy, eh? Yeah, and it's a kitchen thing. Bye, girl. Yeah. Anyway, I just want to make sure I get that clear because you're a dad, right? Yes. Right. So I'm just saying that I thank you for coming also because this is what's happening here. People are afraid to come on the station, and if you're afraid to come on the station, for everybody's afraid to come on the media and give their views respectfully, right? Everybody gonna have their own style, but with Lavi, it is raw, but it's clean raw. I don't want no one with no disrespect, no disrespecting nobody and stuff like that, because if we do that, we're not going to be able to get the purpose and the message out to our people, right? But I must say though, a lot of people are in fear because we cannot express ourselves freely, but yet the politicians, they might express themselves freely. So good evening to you, Adrian. Tell us tell the people, of course, who is Adrian again, yes. And I also want to know about, how you had your day.
Okay. Good night, everybody. Good night. Yes, my name is Adrian Webster. I am a man, you could say, if you know me, community man. I love helping people, so I do my best to support the country, whichever way I can. Well, my day was good, you know what I mean?
What's that? Like even a feedback?
Yeah, something. Hello? Yeah.
Speak from this one, please.
Okay. Yes, my day was normal, like everybody else. I went to work, did my part, and I'm here right now with Lavi, just enjoying the conversation. Lavi, you bring a great point, but I will love that whoever else is out there, because you know that everything is politics with everybody. Please, people, sometimes you got to listen to what people are saying, because sometimes a lot of people are saying is to strengthen the ministers them where they are weak in. It's not a criticism thing, Ain't always about criticizing.
And
but
they're human too. We
Yeah, we
all
are
we
those-
all job short, and we all are of a learning experience. No matter how
Yes.
old you are, no matter how intelligent you think you are,
That is true.
because intelligence come in all ways. You can
All
learn from a
kind of ways.
baby and all.
Yes,
You
that's
know,
true. I do
so-
tell people that all the time. Even a baby could teach me, and I just learn from everybody. I'm a man who like to listen to people. Could tell you, the amount of word I just get out there in the streets. Oh, this, that, and I just listen to them. You know what I mean? I don't vex with people for their opinion or what, but I will tell them how to go about it if they have an issue. They can't get a job, or they want their family to go to this school or get some kind of social program help or whatever. I will tell them how to go about it, and that's me. I just love to help people, and we need to help each other, because at the end of the day, things are just getting harder, and we have to find better solutions for everybody to be able to live more comfortable. And I see there are ways, you know what I mean? So I'll just like to hear what the other people out there think.
But let me ask you a question. How do you think about in terms of reshuffling the politician? Like, for instance, for me, I'm going to give my opinion. And not just opinion. I would just say that observation also, you know? Well, I guess it's opinion.
It's a
But sometimes our opinion is just how we think biasly. So I would also want to, I follow the politicians, whether here, whether in Jamaica, whether in the United States, and across the world. I try to follow what I can, especially if it's kind of maybe interested, right? But what I would say, as an entrepreneur, a person who have been in business for quite a long time, go through my struggles, go through failure, and I learn from the failure, mistakes,
Yeah.
and we're not of a culture. And when I say we're not of a culture, we're not of that culture. And this is why I want to bring, like I said, continue to bring real talk with real issues, and to help people to get to that level, to let us know that it's okay to fail. It's okay to try a thing.
Yes.
It's okay to actually learn and become better. Reflect from your mistakes and your experiences. Learn from other experiences as well.
That's true.
Right? Because, as I said, we're not at that level, because if you ain't do things right, even when you go to the football game, and we stay in the stand and we look at the guys them down there with a play, and then the play ain't go the way we want, and the amount of word and disrespect and gaslight that we say to these people, right? And we don't know what these people are going through either.
Yeah.
And then when you put yourself in that position, and you say, boy, it looks so easy, but you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
I had it. So we are not of a society where we encourage people more than putting them down.
Yes.
And it is something that even us as an adult, you have your child and he come home, and maybe he come home and bring all his grades up, she didn't do certain things, she going for pageant and she didn't come nothing because she looked good, but for whatever reason, and the interview questions and stuff, and then these people go through a lot. They might not come here to come and tell you, but I could tell you this much. If some people, even when you go in these competitions, like for the pageants, and you have a conversation with them after the pageant, they will tell you so much of insecurities and bullying and hate and lack of support that they will have gotten, maybe even from their own families, from the committees, people that are putting on these shows, from the like I said, the pageant committee. you know,
Yes,
from
yes.
different people and from the audience, where we just basically ready to crucify them. And when we look at the Miss Universe and those at Miss World, we wouldn't really look at them in that kind of way. We were like, oh, she didn't answer, you know, oh, she didn't understand because she don't speak the language. Who says she never understand? She
Yeah.
just probably blank out.
Blanco, yes.
You know what I mean? Because being
Scare
up there,
fright sometimes
being up
happen.
there on the stage at the time, at the moment, and you know everybody listening to you, and hearing say something what they don't want to hear, you don't know you're gonna be bashing, right?
Yeah.
So you got to be confident. And while I'm speaking about this, I got to speak about even they just had Miss St. Vincent pageant show, and there was a thick girl in there, thick. And when I said thick, beautiful girl, but she's thick,
She take, yeah.
and she's not torn or anything,
Yeah.
right? I don't know. She never had enough time, you know, and that girl, she whooped them, and she did not win the famous segment that everybody go to a pageant to see. Because people think a pageant, a beauty pageant, if it's a swimwear, then when you're going to throw yourself in there, thick girl, and you know you have criteria, then you know definitely you're not going to be on, no matter what your answer.
Yeah, yeah.
But the pageant have different segments, so you will have had the interview segment, right?
Yeah.
And of course your talent, and the cultural wear or national wear, whatever they call it, ambassador wear.
Yeah.
But you also have the wonderful swimwear and the evening wear that most people really look forward for that, because that is really like the icing on the cake for the show. And she did not win in that segment. However, she didn't come last either. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But she mashed them up bad
Wow.
in the interview segment.
Yes.
And one of the questions that she had was in line with what she does, because apparently a lot of the other girls probably had regular jobs. My girl was working for herself already. She's a makeup artist.
Okay.
So when they asked her about the artificial AI
Yeah.
intelligence, right? She basically executed, because she said, as a makeup artist, you know, AI, artificial intelligence, with the technology that it brings, she was able to use it to her advantage.
Yeah.
So instead of having to write down all your appointments,
Yeah.
you can use the AI, you know,
do it.
to, like I said, technology
Yeah.
and the media and mass communication do everything for you, right? And she executed, and she said, you know, as a makeup artist, you know, and it had another one that got a question, and she said that she suffered from mental illness. She had that question. She started out right, but she did not execute the question.
Oh.
But I want to believe, like I said, when you're up there in the heat of the moment,
Yes, yes.
but the bottom line, because that young woman, I would feel, work for herself, and you're interacting with people, when you certain question throw at you, Lord, even if you're not so good, you're going to be able to relate and engage in certain conversation,
That's true.
right? But she won that pageant. So persons here, if she's going to be coming into Miss Culture and Miss JC's or anything around this regional,
Yeah.
I know definitely they have to look out for that young lady, but she's going to have to do some work and really
Yes, yes.
get a personal trainer.
Yeah.
She's going to have to actually get a dietitian too,
Yeah.
because I saw this lady that did
I
that.
guess that's her weakness, so she have to strengthen that part, right?
Well, I don't necessarily say it's a weakness, but you're correct, but I would just say that, well, because
It's a pageant.
It's a pageant, and you
yeah.
have certain criteria.
Serious, yeah.
Because she's so confident, because some of them they already have their figure.
Yeah.
But when you don't have self-esteem and confidence
And you could flaunt it.
and that kind of thing, no matter what, you could be thick, slim, and whatever, the confidence and how you put yourself out is what's going to make a difference.
That's true.
So I just saying this to show you, right, that when we reach a point in our lives as adults, and we're here in St. Kitts and Nevis, and I get this free speech, but if we're going to just be free speech and maybe tell people, shut up, because you don't want to hear certain things, but then you're going around having your free speech to get your message out to the same people that you're telling, shut up.
Yeah.
But I understand fully well that I don't think it's right for no one to be just up in here and going on social media or going public, and you're basically taking people to the mud, or you're threatening them and stuff like that. That is downright out of order.
Yes.
So I
That's
think that
total disrespect.
certain things could come out in a way to enlighten the public, but we should not have to be in fear in St. Kitts and Nevis.
That's true. That's true.
Right? Our island is too small because if you're going to shut up people, bear in mind it's the same people that you're going to need. You understand? Even to fight this crime and violence,
Yes.
you're going to need to go out to get and hear the views, right? But as I said, the topic tonight, if you're out there listening, is basically about reshuffling the candidates or the electorates, because persons are saying that some of them have not been performing. And if you notice, the majority of the people are gone into the government. And I don't know why they're trying to shut up people. Because there was an opposition before they went in,
Yeah.
right?
That's true.
And all those supporters out there that think that they could bully people, they're only turning off good people too.
Yes, that's true.
You understand?
Yeah.
And some of the people that they're turning off is the same people that support them. And I know that there are persons out there saying all kind of things about me, and I really don't care. And I should not have to be telling anybody who I voted for. But I could tell some of these people out there that have all these says and getting the negative and targeting a certain set of people. Some of them ain't even doing no hard work for the incoming government. But AJ, I'm not going to let you have your say. Go ahead.
Definitely, as you say, they have a lot of them and they ain't do nothing. But they get the chance to show themselves and perform.
Yeah. What nice is that? That's your phone?
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
get a chance to show themselves and perform, and it's 2 years now. And to be honest, as you asked the question about the shuffling, this my belief. I think maybe they get too comfortable, and they might need a little readjusting to find their strength. Because nobody is perfect, but we need to understand that what I realize in St. Kitts, the government watching too much this overseas living life of you have to have an education to get this type of job and what's not. Sometimes they got people in there for 15, 20 years and has the experience. And you don't give them the chance, but you're giving somebody who just come out of school that opportunity, and you're going to ask the same person for 15, 20 years to teach them how to do the job what they are dreaming of having all these years working. So sometimes they have to take in consideration that we all make decisions, but sometimes we got to go back on them at times to review, by what did I do? What that decision was really good, because I realized again a lot of hit for it. So I need somebody to I need to go back on it and think who was the better person. Because it making us look bad, you know what I mean? It making us really look bad, and I seen it. Trust me, Lavern, I could work. And I could do a lot of different work. I don't have no paper for them, but I could tell you, I learn something each and every day. Right now, I'm learning how to do electricity. I was taught plumbing by a friend of mine. I was taught how to paint. I even was successful in all these things what I'm doing. I don't have a piece of paper to do them, but what? You tell me to go out there and do it for you, I could promise you I'll give you the best quality of performance you want, you deserve. And sometimes there are a lot of people in positions who just waiting for the opportunity. They work very, very hard, I'm just waiting for the opportunity. Okay, I can understand the government is not about who is PAM, who is Labour, who is PLP or nothing. But if you know that somebody is they might not have the paper, you could give them a chance. You know what I mean? Give them a chance to show you. Because sometimes the person, like in a CEO business, sometimes the boss man up there and he got all the ideas and what's not, and the youngster right here, just listening, because this is a new world. It's ain't about all the older heads, them who there since long time. It's about the young minds. Sometimes they see everything. And for me, I see a lot on the streets, so I could tell anybody about how things are on the streets. And I'm I'm living it right now, because every day people come to me, as I said, for advice. People ask me what is going on, and I just listen to the problems and try to find ways how to assist them without them getting frustrated and saying things that is very violent and ruckus, or even go down the path of robbing and killing and all these things. Because sometimes we have people, big people in society, you can't see them. From they get a big job, you can't see them again. All the time they live in the ghetto. They get big job, you can't see them. They will move out, they done this, they done that. So what is the purpose then? Are you there to help the people, or are you just went for the opportunity to get this big money and just say, yeah, I'm going to ride out till I don't have to ride out no more? I don't care, Lavern. I could get $1 million. I can still be in the ghettos amongst my people, and I'll be helping my people, because that's what we're supposed to do, help one another and bring up each other.
Okay, Adrian, I just want to say this here. What I've been hearing, and I've heard you said it, and there's nothing wrong with what you say, and I could understand why maybe a lot of people now are just saying give young people a chance. But we have to be very careful that motto that maybe it's a political stunt at the time to run on and to basically say young people. But this has basically stigmatized, because I've also heard the Honorable Samal, he run on that totally at all cost. This is young people time. So I want to know what Samal mean by young people time, because the young still need the old.
Yes, that's true.
You understand?
That's
and
true.
When you have a child, you need a parent or somebody older.
To guide you. Yeah.
Not just to guide you, but to support you, to take care of you, feed you. You understand what I mean? And this young people time, they have to be very careful, because when you go to the poll to vote, what age it start? From 18. I don't even think you have a cutoff time, because the politicians will even find you, even when some of your parents not even in a position to move
Yeah.
or even mentally stable, and they find them regardless. So I want to hear, when I hear this inclusion is basically be using more incentives and nevis in terms of include people no matter what age, include people no matter what disability they have, because that's another thing.
That's, yeah.
You know, there's this young man that I saw, I don't even want to call his name, but he worked for government, and I think he's a reporter or a journalist. And that guy, he is in a wheelchair, and I respect him. And we don't see a lot of this down here. Go to America, even when you go in Walmart and certain places, especially Walmart and a place called Publix, a grocery store, you see a lot of people like Down syndrome children, because I think that Publix supermarket in the United States, I think they maybe partner with the Down syndrome committee organization, that sometime when you're going to have a little thing, they're saying that put on $1, how much ever you have extra, or even the change. So if it's like, say, $12.99, even as a penny, right? They have it there where you can just put in, and it goes to the Down syndrome. So I guess it gave these business places the authority and the right to be able to employ those people as well, right? So I am just saying that if we really understand what inclusion is, we will stop just saying young people, because at the end of the day, young people need old people.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
And a lot of these jobs, just like what you said, the same young people, what these ministers are out there saying, young people time, they still use those persons that was in the job for many years to train and work and with some of these people.
Yes.
There's a particular ministry, the ministry of, I think it's small business. I'm not going to call his name. He just retired. He stayed on to help a PS or help whoever other person to train so these people don't just go in this position just like that. So we got to be very mindful.
That's true.
That when we're just saying young, because what is young, what is old, isn't it the ability to perform? Because at the end of the day, you're getting taxpayers' money, eh?
That's true. Yes.
And we cannot just throw out our money just like that because the person is young. They must be able to be qualified and want to work for these positions. There are also a lot of persons that are going in to become politicians. Some of them are not people's person, they don't like people.
That's true.
But anyway, carry on.
That is so
Before
true.
you go, what time it is now? All right, it is 8:40 right here in St. Kitts and Nevis. You're on live with the Real Talk with Lavi. Tonight's topic is about what do you think about if it's time to do some reshuffling in the electorates, right? The ministries. So we're shuffling the electorates in these ministries because many people say that some of them are not performing. And like anybody else, they're learning the job. And I believe that if I had the senses what I have now,
They're learning.
I will going to become a politician. Because it seems as a politician here in St. Kitts and Nevis, you don't really have to be a community person. You understand?
Yeah.
They advocate on that when they start, and then you don't see them back in the community doing nothing. They can't even show up in the communities. Even when they have the position to say that they're the one that is in these communities and head of these programs, when you're going in there to as you know, where are these people? So are you getting maybe too much on your plate to handle?
Maybe. Maybe they're getting too much, Lavi. Or maybe that, because to me, you have people working for you.
Right. Let me read something what somebody is saying. Good night to this person. I'm just going to read what you said here. They're saying, we have to be well balanced and rounded. It is not about St. Kitts and Nevis. Experience is good, and experienced individuals should be given the opportunity. Just like what you were saying. Thank you so much for that comment. Go ahead.
Yes. As I was saying, Lavi, they have people working for them. They have people put in positions to work. So I can't really bash I won't bash the government, the ministers, them.
Well, it's not even about bashing, it's about bringing the truth. It's real talk.
Yes.
And we must be, this is how people learn. Because if you're scolding a child, right? The politicians are there to do a job for the government. It is not their private job. So don't even think about a bashing. You're a young man, as you said.
Yeah.
So you're learning and you're seeing, and it's not about a particular politician, right?
No.
And nothing is wrong in reshuffling.
Yeah, no.
Right? And that is how you're going to learn, because do you know, if you have a job, in order to reach to the ladder, right? Let me talk, for instance, in the banking field, right? If you go in a bank, the majority of the time, one of the best managers or general managers is person that just come out of college with a degree. It's persons who work their way up from the teller, from all the different departments if possible, vice versa with the police before they reach up. And you do that, it gives you a chance to have an understanding and know what it's like. So if somebody come in and tell you, well, this happened to the teller, even though you're general manager, you would have already done that job, so you know how to assist that person.
Yes.
So experience and ongoing education is very important.
Yes.
So just coming out of college with all these degrees and you don't have no work ethics. You understand what I mean?
Yes,
You
that's
have
true.
to have
You got
balance,
to have
as the person just said. You have to have balance.
balance. That's true. And Lavi, what I realized that, not in general, let me put it this way, in general, that in work fields, work areas, we have people who do not communicate proper. And these is people who just get the most gloried, fried, and what's not. They put themselves in position and you wonder what they did.
But bear in mind, as you said, some of these people, they cannot do any better, because if you just get a job and you left from kindergarten and end up all the way 6th grade, how you expect that person to know what's going on in 2nd grade, 1st grade, 2nd grade, 3rd grade, 5th grade, when you just jump from kindergarten to sixth grade. I have someone is saying that government ministries represent us. They do what is needed to better our lives. We have to be patient. Well, sir, he said government ministries represent us. They do what is needed to better our lives. We have to be patient. Well, what if they're not doing what they have to do to better people's lives? You know, sometimes we would like that to happen.
Yes, yes.
You know what I mean? We're all grown adults now. Remember, think it's in a box no more.
The world
The
is
world
right at
connected. We
front
know
door.
what's going on out there.
It's right at the front door.
It's right at our front door. It's been at our
And
front door,
for
but now we
decades.
could see people, even from, what you call that, the videos, right?
Yeah.
You can see them from the videos. Even right now, people are looking at me from
Well,
all over
all over,
the
yeah.
world. So this exactly what we are saying, and what the man said, this is what they're supposed to really do, is to represent us and do what is needed to better our lives, not just our life, but the country
Yes.
development. And we have to be patient, but we cannot be patient. What are you going to do? If you're in a home and you have deadbeats in your home, you're going to stop in your home. I'm going to go by my neighbor, go beg my neighbor food.
You're going to go.
Are you going to stray?
to
And
survive.
this is why you see, for instance, you
survive.
go to survive the gangs, because if you're not going to love in your house, where you going to go?
That's true. And as you were saying with this person who was talking, Lavi, we, to be honest, we are 15 to 20 years behind. And I'm going to be real truthful. I've been traveling since I'm 3 years old. You know who's my father and what's not. And Lavi, I seen things out there in different countries. And I grew up trying to bring them here to St. Kitts, you know, because I like business too. I like to see the country perform. But if I'm
And by the way, I don't think, this is your opinion, eh?
Yeah.
I don't think we're 15 years behind.
You don't? Okay.
No, when you go to other countries, you will see how far St. Kitts is ahead.
Yeah.
The problem with our people, I feel that sometimes this happens in smaller communities. We don't value our people. We don't really value St. Kitts the way how we're supposed to value it. Right? We can, trust me, Kittitians can welcome people. We are the most welcoming kind people. We will do that to other people if we can only do that to our own, right? And the reason why I am saying that St. Kitts is advanced in so many ways, ignore the noise with the negativity, ignore the incompetent politicians and those that even have tried, and persons that are coming out to be our leaders. And I'm not talking about any particular person, but leadership in any form, right? Some of them not, because remember, leaders are born to me. You either have it or you don't have it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, when I look and see some other islands, St. Kitts, I want to say, if not 100%, we are more 90% that everybody have indoors toilet,
Yeah.
kitchen. So the lifestyle and the livable way here in St. Kitts is up. Why do you think those Jamaicans and other people come into our country, right? So I would think that maybe what you're speaking of, you will know.
I want to rephrase.
I'm coming, of course. No, you don't have to rephrase,
No,
darling.
I mean in the sense of mindset.
I know,
Yeah.
but it's okay to leave it that way because I'm
Yeah.
not even speaking towards you.
Okay,
Remember, we're
okay.
having a conversation
Yeah.
because there are persons out there that actually think that St. Kitts is 15, how much ever years behind.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's the same for some foreigners, but yet they're in St. Kitts making the kind of money that they're making.
Yes,
They would
yes.
not make it out
Out
there.
there, yeah.
Bear in mind, the EC dollar stands where? Very high.
High, yeah.
Apart from the Bahamas
It
and
doesn't drop.
the CI Islands, the value of a dollar, different from the American dollar, the euro, and the British dollar, right?
But we dollar don't fall.
That is what I'm saying.
No
So,
problem.
in terms of our advancement, I mean, look at Kittitian women. Let me tell you this year, the poorest a woman, you can't tell they're broke because when you see them, they could put themselves together better than some of them other places you think
That's true.
that's supposed to be more advanced than me.
That's
But
true.
carry on.
That's true. Yeah, as I said, the mindset. I think we have a lot of potential here in St. Kitts, a lot, and we need to. This phone, YouTube, the TikTok, and all these things. We have the tool in our hand but we don't use it to the proper extent.
We don't use it. There are persons out there use it. Stop broad-based everybody, you know. Remember,
No,
somebody might not use it, but a lot of person using it. A lot of person using it.
Yeah.
I tell you, what I find here, like I said, sometimes we just look, and that is why I said, right, experience matter, because sometimes when you're young, you're intelligent, yes, and you have some old people are not in their time. They're still maybe back when back in the day, maybe when they're 14 or 10 years or whatever, maybe childhood trauma they will have had. You know what I mean? Some of them still in that, people carrying malice and grudges and just for the wrong reason. But for whatever reason it is, I know there are many persons here in St. Kitts that are using, right, the internet for many other things, because there are people working online. So I think what is happening, a few people, we see them on social media, right, including myself. And we got to be careful that when we're hearing certain people, we just form our opinion and say, well, oh, this is what's happening in St. Kitts. But I am not representing everybody. No, I am now maybe a voice for the voiceless. But it does not mean that I am here and everybody is supposed to do what I say. That's and true. This is the issue here, right, that I think are one of the problems. We are not really, when I say we, a lot of the, I would say, the misinformed people. I got to choose my words, yes. The misinformed people, we are not basically trying to understand. Like, we ask somebody, like, if you want to know something, Adrian, I hear they just had a fire over there. And Adrian might say, boy, yeah, right? And then I go now and spread it without even having the understanding to know if there was really a fire. So we kind of not really researching for ourselves. We just jump from what somebody says, like gossip, and it's spread by rumors. As they say, rumors are spread by fools.
And Lavi, I'm going to put points, something I just said here, with just the spreading. Because even in my work, even with me in my work, they have people that say, oh, he ain't doing his job. But other people could say, why do I see him every day?
Yes.
Day and night, I always see him doing this, doing that. You know, even when a weekend time, I go out and I do my work. Because I can't call the people out on a Saturday or a Sunday when there's not working to do nothing. So I do it myself. But they have some people like pushing for other people's job because they see it. But when you give them the opportunity to do it, they either worse or they're doing the same thing like the
right, and Adrian, and it goes back to that maybe it's time for reshuffling of the ministries. Because if so many people in government doing this and doing that, who is the leader of these ministries? Because every ministry, right? Remember, the Prime Minister is the one going to get the blame, no matter who go in, whether it's the Prime Minister, the Premier, the President, the Governor, the directors, whoever in charge of any institution, right? They're going to get the blame, right? And this is why, if you put people in these ministries and you recognize as a worker, this person ain't doing the work, this person doing the work, because you will have had PS, directors, managers in those areas as well, supervisors, right?
Yeah, supervisors.
But they support the person that in charge of these ministries. You must have some kind of control in these ministries. How come we don't, and maybe they might have issues, but the central bank, the ECCB, have been here, the Eastern
Caribbean Central Bank.
Right. So they have been here for years, and let me tell you this. All the years that I know when Central Bank is here under the late Mr. Venom? Mr. Dwight Venner, whatever his name, but I know who he is. But anyway, when I hear Central Bank and when you see the people that work at Central Bank, they carry themselves a kind of way. You don't hear these people in any drama, even the personal affairs. The woman, them don't be out fighting. Maybe they go at some kind of function for some man. You understand what I mean? It have a certain standard that this bank holds. So it will come from the managing department that basically, if the top is leading, mind you, they might have their things up there, But I have never really heard certain things that is happening in these banks. Even when they had National Bank under Mr. Bailey, Mr. Pistano, and also Mr. Lawrence, right? The bank just had a different perspective. I've seen now it have a new management and they really are trying, right? But at the same time, what I'm saying is that when you have a certain establishment, right? Those are people that go with who have a college degree. So they're people with their masters, right? Their highest degree.
Yeah.
They have big positions. We expect them to uphold those positions. And when you're going to have government department, like in these ministries, because it comes with self-respect also, right?
Yeah.
You can't just be everybody's friend, because what is happening when the government employ people because of favoritism or because of party affiliation, right? That person now basically feel entitled. Nobody could do me nothing because of St. Paul's a farm.
Yeah.
Nobody could do me nothing. Oh, well, it's Monkey Hill a farm, the Prime Minister from Monkey Hill.
Yeah, I just see a lot of people say those things, and it's not nice, because you're making, sometimes they don't make smaller people life harder. As I say, I'm a man who like to help in what little way I can. Information is a thing that a lot of them don't push out there. They don't try to help the people them to direct them the right way to go. So a lot of people just get, vexed and start to bash. Oh, your boss this, your boss that. But I just do my part and, ask them, how can I help you?
But if a lot of people saying that your boss this and your boss that, so who is the boss? You're talking about yourself?
No, not me.
Right, so if they're saying this about the boss, is that a lot of people, like people that's on the street, or persons in that working department? You don't have to call the name.
People on the streets.
But if people on the street saying your boss this and your boss this, and they're not working inside there, that shouldn't be relevant to me, because if they ain't working in there, so that should be a complaint to me with persons that actually working in the department. I'm just saying, so which means maybe people in there are going to put the issues to other persons. Instead of going to put whatever issue they have, go and put it to the right person.
Yes, that's
but at the end of the day, come back again. Someone is saying they need to put the right people in the right places. Some of them don't even know how to do the job. And this is what's happening. So now, if government really want to make a difference, and I say government, in government, leaders, oppositions, wherever you are, right? No amount of development that you put. And if you don't have leadership in the right places, and let me tell you this, what I bring down people. You see this friend thing and this party affiliation, and you see when people out there going target and victimizing this and victimizing that. Sometimes, if you really have to look at some of these people that you have there, they're deadbeat, they're dead waste. They're blocking stones for you and for potential workers, right? And we need to be honest and true to ourselves.
Yeah.
We just can't have certain jobs, and when you have certain jobs, you're picking the beam out of somebody else and you can't pick it out of yourself. Like you're making a U-turn, right? You're going this way, but you cannot make the U-turn. Because when the U-turn, you come back. And that's what the songs say. If you're living in a glass house, you don't trust stones.
Yes.
And this is why persons out there saying that the performance of these electorates, right? And sad to say, it have nothing to do with this previous government, but the bottom line is, we, the people, voted for a change. Get rid of them. But get rid of them never mean get rid of just, it sounds like maybe just the individual than the person that who going to really be making a difference.
Yeah.
You understand? Because if you were just, we just going to be here on and on, get rid of whatever, and we keep on get rid of this person, and we get rid of this person, we're going to end up the same way how we are. In St. Kitts and Nevis, very divided.
To me, Lavi, this latter still bashing the opposition, I don't believe in it. The reason why I said that, because, we're 2 years now in, and we don't have we time back in that year. The focus is now is to do better for the people. Because every year I think that we're supposed to do better
But
than last year.
right, and how do you think anybody can do better for anyone?
One of the most important things is listening. Listening, a lot of people don't like listen to.
And apart from listening, you must be able, if you want to do better for somebody, you listen to them, but you must be fit for that position, and you must like your job that you're getting, not just liking the money, liking the perks.
You have to be people
all of a
persons.
sudden, like you're having a different type of lifestyle, and you're supposed to, because I mean, hey, you got certain position, but at the end of the day, do you watch the news?
Yes.
In
Yes,
New York right now, they have, I think it's the mayor up there.
The mayor,
a black
the
man.
black man, yeah.
He had his position and he take lobby money, what they say, I don't know. And right now they're basically going after him for the millions of monies that he took.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, that basically he go to different places and had his lavish style and those kind of things. Now, we don't have these kind of things down here. So who we come after? People like Lavi, because Lavi was able to open up a platform like this to educate the people, to bring real talk, clean, free speech with the reality. And government leaders, you shouldn't be vexed when you hear people speaking the real issues. And if you're going to get vexed and thin flesh, that kind of job ain't for you, because there's nothing clean about politics.
I mean, most people,
you understand?
Most people up there, right? What I realize with them, the ones who are up there, they can't take criticism. They can't just smile and listen.
And because it was up there, you don't have to be up. You don't have to be up there to not to be thin flesh, right? Yeah. If you are, I'm just saying, if you are that type of person, you have to have backbone.
Yeah.
You know how many people will say things about me and other people, but there are other people who say good things too. And if you know what you're doing, you wouldn't be worrying so much about the negatives of people saying, because you know you're making a difference, right? But if you try to shut up people because, well, she said this about my friend, so don't do this, and all of a sudden, you want to come with all the rules, put down all the rules just to represent your friend. Well, what happened to the common dog out there, the manja dog? So the manja dog want to be manja all the time?
Yeah, you got to know what you're saying. That when you're especially in the big scene.
Someone is saying free of speech until you find them guilty.
Wow.
You know, so it's obvious that what we're seeing here, persons out there, they're feeling the same thing, because everything I bring here ain't have nothing to do with me. These are what people are saying, and these are what people are seeing, that they think it's time for a reshuffle of the part of these ministries. Because at the end of the day, we can go along with the other parties and whoever you like from who you ain't like, and we're going to call out somebody wrong, but the same wrong we're calling out on somebody, we're going to praise because we like somebody the same wrong, eh?
Yeah.
You ever hear the story? You ever heard of the song? I always love that song, where a young man, he went to jail, right? And when he went to jail, I think it's his mother, either his mother or his daddy. And he went jail because he ended up doing murder, bad things. Because either his mother or his father never tell him he was wrong. And one day when they went to look for the boy, and however, in jail, she put the ear, and the boy bite off she ear to tell her why she never tell him all of that. Yes, mommy don't bother to come, thank you. And I don't know why they're going to say, mommy don't bother to come, what about daddy? So you see how all the pressure to be on top of mommy, right?
Yeah.
But I said this to say, right, that in our beautiful island, St. Kitts and Nevis, I see a lot of us following in America. We against everything that Trump come with. No matter what Trump said, Trump this, Trump that. But we have a lot of Trumpers down here that behave in the same way, or even worse.
Yeah.
And we accept these things.
Yeah. It's true.
So it's like a double standard. Yeah. So as the public, are saying, and I think that as you made a very good point, listening. Because the Prime Minister of this federation, the Premier, or anybody in a position, but right now we're speaking about the government. With reshuffling. Reshuffling doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. Because after all, if you do something over and over and over and in our work,
it's not bad.
you're gonna continue
doing it the same way.
You got an old shoe and you issue now, you pat up the shoe. One of these days the shoe gonna say, man, I can't take it no more. Where you gonna still wear the shoe?
They have a lot of work to do, and they need to really push on it. They need to do something. Something has to be done, something different. As you say, if it's reshuffling, then they have to.
But we've seen it in other parties. I remember when Honorable Denzel Douglas was Prime Minister, I see where other people were shuffling in different areas, and it gave them a chance now to learn.
Yeah, he did it.
Matter of fact, you build a leader out of this. You had Honorable Timothy Harris was able to go on his own because he worked all the different ministries. So I feel that leaders, not because you are the leader of the entire party, every one of them in their leaders, eh?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And leaders build leaders. So I feel that if you're in an organization, you shouldn't be afraid to basically looking at the whole picture
of it, yeah.
Right? And tell yourself, you know what? It's 2 years now. What you're going to do? Wait until 3, 4. Oh, they're learning on the job. Tell me who could go in any different place to work and you're paying them X amount of money. $20,000 or how much of a month you're paying them with perks and all these things. And you're going to say, man, they're learning on the job. Give them some time. Give them years. And they're still learning on the job.
Yeah.
And the poor people must accept it. And out on Facebook and the internet, cursing out one another. No wonder the man have to come and give this the free speech because people out of order on the internet. They go out of character, even from myself. They bully me. They say all kind of things about me. But I know who I am.
Yes.
You understand? And right now in America, especially in Florida and all these other places where these storms have hit, a lot of people have millions and billions of dollars and they're out there can't do nothing.
With it, nothing.
They can't do nothing with it. They're well waiting for somebody to drop some food for them. If they get clean water, they feel so good. Right? So it boils down when you have a heart, when you're a people's person, because one thing with Lavi, that's why, I get the name Lovely, Lavish Lavi. I didn't give myself the name, you know. And my fans them on social media, Triple L.
Yeah.
They work out Lavi, Lovely, Lavish. And people actually inboxing me, giving me that name. And I say, you know what? It makes sense. I'm going to listen to my customer. They put Triple L on me. Lovely, Lavish, Lavi. Well, they can't give me that name unless they wasn't feeling the vibration of what I was giving out, the energy.
Yeah, that's true.
So, Adrian, I just want you to know, right? Continue doing what you're doing because you are here today. Tomorrow, you might be in a position, if you're that type of person and you want to be a candidate, you never know where you're going to be.
Yes, that's
because
true.
What I see happening here, I feel that government is stepping too much in our small island. They're stepping too much in private sector businesses. And it's hurting the federation.
It's hurting us, yeah.
It's hurting the federation, and the persons that are going to get hurt most, guess who?
It's with the normal people.
I want you to use another word to begin with an L. The local people.
The local people, yes.
You understand? Because the more they hurt, and when the hurt come and it come upon the local people, you're weakening the local people.
That's true.
Because at the end of the day, when you see Lavi, Lovely, Lavish name come up, Adrian name come up, because we think we know Adrian nipple string, umbilical cord. Oh, no, not he, no give he this. And then a foreigner just slide in and nobody question.
And Lavi, that's the truth, because I've been pushing this agenda for a while. Trying to tell them to let me slow down on the foreigners them. They come in, sometimes they don't even come with no money. No, you got a balance. Everything has a balance. But we don't have a balance with the foreigners. The foreigners, them up there, no local real businesses there. You know what I mean? When these people have a crisis in our country, right? Either minimum wage is too high for them to pay, or whatever, they run with the money go foreign. So I was growing up as a young boy. As I said, I always been in businesses and so on. My grandfather, you know, he was a head teacher and what's not. He used to carry me around every day driving. And in up the industrial side, I remember I used to see local people own these industrial businesses. And that is what I've been pushing for. Me, myself, I'm trying to get establishing to the industrial locally as a local man.
Keep on pushing, don't stop.
I'm going to still push.
Keep on chucking. I mean? Anybody ever tell you that?
Yeah, man.
Keep on chucking, man.
I'm a fighter and I'm not going to stop. And we need that right now because I realize we're doing too much competing amongst each other. And as you said, the world out there is big at the front door.
And Adrian, I want to add to that because, you know, we're here as a team, in terms of competing with each other. I could see where that is likely to happen. Because, again, when we don't do things the right way, remember a lot of people here have not really traveled out.
Yes, that's true.
And
I know that for sure.
It's good and it's bad, but exposure helps a lot, right? So when we have not got the opportunity to really be around, travel out and be around different cultures, right? And we don't have the resources. So, like I said, when government now going to be coming in our private sector businesses and feel like they can just do this and just leave the people there like that. What they're going to do now is to feed off, they copy and paste off of somebody else what they see. And they say, oh man, no, I could do that now because money in hairdressing, money in barbering. You know what I mean? So no, you check where I'm coming from, right?
I know. We see it all the day,
right.
All the time.
So if I feel, and I'm speaking, I'm taking the opportunity because I've been in business since I was in my teens. And I've learned my ways, like self-made. I've had to figure out things. Because everybody, you know, I see a lot of people that be on social media, and a lot of them don't make sense. But a lot of them, basically, to me, is more like they're talking at the people, but there's no solution. So they're saying, oh, you're supposed to do this. You're supposed to be at this level. But nobody's saying they're going to help you to get there to the next level.
Nobody,
You understand? And
support is hard to find.
What I'm seeing here in our people that we are putting to be leaders, some of these people was not leaders at all. Not even leaders in the house. You understand? Not even leader within themselves. But because we now understanding how leaders are placed, you join a political group, or maybe you come from a particular family, there's a vote, and boom, you become the next face. And this is why we're having so much gutter politics. There's no respect for these politicians. Because as you get older now, you walk out, but wait, this boy never had no manners. The boy don't even help nobody. He's not a people's person. All of a sudden, he's in charge. So we're not getting humble people. People got to realize the word humble don't mean just play humble and dumb.
No.
Right? But when you're really humble and you appreciate persons who help you to get to the next level, you should want to be able to help somebody get to the next level.
That's true.
And the way how I see government in St. Kitts are doing some of these programs, I don't think that it's the right way to go. And I don't see a change basically from the past 30 years. Right? So as I said, we're moving in one direction, but in another direction, we are not really there.
No.
So coming back to what you said now, right? And the reason why I'm saying this, when you're going to have a government and, you know, they get grants, I don't understand why they do it like that, but the Minister of Sustainable, a person that control these grants, free up the grants them. Government come and government go. There's so much grants out there that can go into farming, into different areas. But you don't just take the grants and say, well, you know, me and Lavi to get on. So Lavi, I want you to sign up and get this and whatever because, X amount of millions or thousands going to go.
Yeah.
But I'm going to get, as a minister, XYZ off of it.
Yeah.
And then you get couple other people, and it's only all you India get that. You're killing your own black culture.
That's true. That's true.
You're killing the poor man. The same people are going in because of greed and selfishness.
Yeah.
Right? So what I'm seeing now, like I said, mind you, I'm a politician, but I had to figure out things.
Yeah.
Because
Well, you see things.
right.
You see too.
And running a home, like I said, if you can't run your home, you can't run nobody else.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yeah, that's true.
So if you could run a home, you could run an office. So if you can't control in here and everything in there was somebody else doing it for you, then you have to learn how to do things to help yourself.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
You get where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
So some of these grants, like for instance, if somebody already proved themselves and they have a business, you have persons that might be an electrician, a plumber, right? Anything with hands-on technical division.
Yeah.
Hairdressing, barbering, manicurists, this, that. Constructions, mechanics. I don't want to leave out nobody.
Yeah.
Farmers, right? The people who don't do the little sugar cakes and all them little stuff, right? Seamstress. I can't call everybody name, but you see where I'm going with this, right? I'm going to stop and just read what is happening here on the thread because I want to make sure let these people know that I appreciate them.
Yeah.
You're live. This is 9:50, and at 9:30 we're going to wrap it up. You're live on the Real Talk with lovely, lavish Lavi. I have here across from me Mr. Adrian Webster, and we're basically here to bring the real issues. And the topic is, how do you think, or do you think it's time to shuffle, reshuffle the ministries of the electorate? And I see someone is saying, it's very simple. Look, it's very simple. Look at China. They put I don't want to use that. They put a person as the face, and the educated one lead him. Because when we put educated person as the face, nobody can lead him. All right? Somebody else is saying, when you are a leader, your job is to uplift people, not to beat them down. And this is coming from Massive. And Massive is a self-made person. He's from St. Peter's. He lives overseas. Yeah. And he definitely know how it is. And he understands. Yeah. He loves his country. Right? I appreciate these people that are sending in this information to me. I can't read all of them, but I like to bring them in,
Lavi, I could say something.
Oh, of course.
As I said, I don't watch the outside news. You keeping update with the war with Ukraine and Russia? Russia right now is the most sanctioned country in the world. But if you check it out, the status with the GDP, there's number one. Best performance. And you know why? McDonald's, all the big companies was there, they pull out. They said they ain't nothing with Russia. But you know what Putin did? What Putin did? Putin empowered his people. Oh, you left this building here, this person used to work McDonald's, I'm going to make you a manager. Russia has 129 new billionaires, and Russia has more billionaires than any other country in the world. Just to say this, even though you're in a position that you was failing or what's not, as you say, who knows? Somebody talk to Putin. One of the people talk to Putin and say, hey, we could do this, I know we're fighting against the odds, but we could do this. Sometimes you gotta give this small man a chance, and you're going to see what he could do. You know what I mean?
I also, and adding to what you said, because we don't get this lot, hear all of this conversation going on and on. Give the small man this, give the small man that, and I fully well understand. But again, right? We need to educate our people properly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of persons in the skill department here. Some of them too will need upgrading. But we need to give them a chance, and giving them a chance is not every time when you're having something government put on these things and then go and say, well, you know what? I'm going to give the electrician $500. I'm going to give the hairdressers $400. I'm going to give this $200. I'm going to give this $50. no government worker, not even the Prime Minister, the Premier, should put any price upon us unless you have a conversation with who when you're having these things with.
They're doing it, yeah.
You see what happened in America, like I said, with the union, how they have somebody out there fighting for them?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And we are at this level, and I don't know what's going on now, because if you guys supposed to say, well, you're for the young. If you're really for the young, you'll want to build the young, because I see what is happening with a lot of government. You cannot prey on the mediocre, because even they too going to get smart. And the moment they start to find out what's going on, what you're going to do, forget them and continue just basically gravitating to a certain class of people. And once you don't fit inside of the box, you become the enemy, they target you.
Yeah.
Right? We live in a place, it's more or less a black society. You look in the government, the only light-skinned person that I see, and he's black, is the AG. Where else in the world? The Caribbean have so much things going for us. The Virgin Islands similar to here. Where you're going to find a place that is predominantly black leaders. So why the black people are so angry and not getting to the next level?
Culture of fighting against each other. We need to bypass that.
Somebody is saying, time now we start to hold these people accountable when we put them there to do a job. And that's just how it's supposed to be, because what is happening for the past years, I remember I've listened, I've learned politics. You know, I end up learning some of these politics. We hear people just talking politics all the time, cussing, abusing this, they abuse this, and then, okay, you get rid of this person, right? Then another one gone in. So the same conversation continue going on. And then the politicians just going attacking the opposition. And with all those time wasted, right? I am still looking forward to really see small business, and this is why the reshuffling is very important, because if you got in a position, like I said, 2 years ago, it's 2 years you're talking about, you know?
It's long.
So when people say, oh, just wait and patience, my foot, because you fully well know, for you to have any kind of job, really, they give you, some people give you like a 2-3 weeks training, then they give you the 60 days or 90 days, right? And then they take it up, the 60, then they take it up to 90.
Yeah.
So it's like they give you like 3 months. And then after that, they put you maybe under 6 months, or they take it to a year. You understand? So all them time you're on probation.
TDC, I work TDC.
Not probation, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's probation. 3 months probation you just start it off with, and then 6 months, what do I call it again?
I know what you mean, but
yeah.
all I'm simply saying, right? As this person is saying, we hold politicians accountable. Accountable don't necessarily have to be with money. It's everything.
Everything, yeah.
If they're not performing, okay, you don't just chop the government and say, well, vote, get them out, because they still have time.
They still, yeah.
You understand?
They have time.
But in the meantime, if you want to set yourself forward to go back to the people, to give you a chance, show the people that you're doing something, you're working, right? But you cannot, people can't even find some of these government workers. The Honorable Conway Maynard, I had a conversation with Conway, you know, and Conway gave me that hope and everything. And he said he's going to, by Tuesday, to call him back. Tuesday, don't go, must it 2-3 months. You message Conway, it telling you some nonsense that he's going to be away for some kind of time. And that's not good, because I'm actually doing certain things. It's in his constituency.
Yes.
And they ain't gonna like when you call the name.
They want the support.
They ain't gonna like when you call the name. But Conway Maynard, the Honorable Conway Maynard, and whoever else need to get this here. When I want nobody call y'all name, y'all need to do right to the people. I am not saying that you guys supposed to go and support everybody individually. But you need to listen to people's concerns, because that's why you're there at that position. Just like how at the end of the month you see all your money stacking up, people want to see the money stack up too. Yeah.
That's true.
Right? So the reshuffling, like I said, is very important, because if somebody ain't performing in certain areas, especially knowing that all of them went in, the majority of them went in there, did not have any parliament experience. Right? And who would have been so lucky? Tell me wherever
in St. Kitts, you'll take an ordinary person and go put them in there. The people will make noise.
Yes.
So a lot of these things that are happening there, I don't care if you're out there supporting the Labour Party or you're supporting whoever party. My ex count too. And other person's ex count. And everybody can't get an ex the same way, because if everybody for one party, what the purpose of a government? Might as well don't have a government. So you need to have competition.
You have to
Right?
be able to do what you have to do.
And we need persons that care. We need people that care. And when I said care, you can't just care for yourself and for your fellow politicians or whatever you want to call them. Right? And this is why a lot of people basically came on the attack against the AG. Because when the AG came out, he personally said why he's upset because his friend. And it's the way they approach. Right? Because people want you to go hard for them too. You can't just go hard because this person is your friend. So if this person is your friend, to hell with you. You don't care. Right? But this, as they say, is young people time, but there's a lot of persons that are older, wiser, better.
Yeah. They have a few older people I respect.
Not a few, a lot. A lot.
A lot
of them.
But
Listen, you don't have to know all. So you don't respect your mother?
No, I didn't say I don't respect my mother,
But you understand what I'm saying, right? In a few, there's a lot of elder person out there that are abreast of time.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of young people out there too. You understand? That are in their time. And there's a lot of people out there, no matter what, all of us is a work in progress. Because at the end of the day, the people that hold up and holding up, am I saying it right? Holding up these parties are older people.
Yes, that's true.
So this is why I say we need to be inclusive, because at the end of the day, if we're going to have this mindset, oh, to hell with she, my she old, what she think, so me brain old? Okay then.
No, but you went through it.
Adrian, we need to come out of this mindset
Yeah.
of who old from who ain't old. The bottom line is, who cares about you?
Yeah.
Who's going to put bread on your table? And when I mean put bread on your table, if politicians basically, in my Trump voice, make the economy better, whether it's true or not, at least he's the one that out there saying that makes America greater. People don't like him because of how he speak, and me don't like certain things that Trump say. But he, no matter what, he wants to make America great.
Yeah.
You understand? True. And if he ain't make America great, then we want somebody else. We want Kamala to make it great too. Because at the end of the day, people need money.
Yes.
And if you don't have money, you cannot eat. I don't care what nobody say.
That's the biggest issue that is going on right now. People really need money.
Good night to you, JT.
People really need money.
Good night to you, JT. As I said, I just got to let persons out there know we have 3 more minutes. It's 9:27. Most of the time, I guess when people start coming on, it's time for me to leave. Somebody is saying, our leaders said that performance matter. They directed that, let me read this here properly here. It is 9:27, you're live with the Real Talk with Lavi. Our topic tonight is reshuffling the ministries. Basically, persons are saying that if the electorates are not performing, it's time to reshuffle them. It has been 2 years now. And somebody is saying, our leaders said that performance matters. They directed that to the working class, but they gave themselves a big raise. Now that said performance don't refer to them. Thus, no more bonuses for Christmas. But how we know that? Big separation between them and the common working class in terms of their salary. They don't need that double anymore. I must say, I don't know about that yet, because until I know that there ain't going to be no double salary, and I must also say that St. Kitts is one of the only places in the Caribbean, somebody could correct me, that get double salary. I've heard persons from Antigua and different places say that St. Kitts people are so fortunate because they get double salary. They don't get a double salary.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Thank you so much for that contribution. It's good to see you guys here on the thread. Um, um, JT, I like JT. JT said, come let Abby vote, Trump out. You know, and nothing wrong because at the end of the day, me know, honestly, when I feel you, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. When I feel you, I go for you. I go
You
hard on you.
Yeah, you go hard.
But I must honestly say that I am not the type of person, Adrian, if you don't support the party that I support, I might not like that you're not giving me the support, but I don't see myself going to be that thin flesh to get ignorant
and put you down.
And put you down and arguing with you and vex with you.
Yeah.
I would smile. And that's why, when, like I said, when they try to come at me on social media, they cannot kill and cut down Lavi. Lavi is a French weed. A French weed. And if you want to hurt somebody, what's one of the way you do people? You don't say nothing nice about them.
That's true.
Because you want to get other people to join in with you to discredit that person.
But Lavi, I don't take it personal.
Yeah.
You know, everybody got their point of view, and I listen to people. You know what I mean? If you're in a Labour, if you're a PAM, you're a PLP, I listen.
And some people ain't no Labour and no PLP and nonsense
and
like that. A lot of people just basically, they're citizens.
Yeah.
You know, and they want to see better, and they're for the country. You know, this whole color thing and those kind of things and whatever. I mean, you know, I'm a Gumbs.
Yeah.
What's your last name?
Webster.
All right. Right? The people so ignorant, they come to a point they don't even like a particular color.
Yeah.
You know, imagine you go to school and you're in the house and wherever, you don't want to go in a certain house because it's a particular color. The nonsense that we have in here. And in the meantime, you ain't got no money, and who gets in the lavish life? It's not you and not your children.
That's true.
So, once again, I just got to let you guys know it's a pleasure being here. This is the Real Talk with Lavi. It's a grassroots program. And I could tell you this here, I beat the odds because we have a mindset here among our people. We want to tell people who to be our voices. Who's supposed to do this? Who ain't supposed to do that? Who good at this? Who ain't good at that? At the end of the day, is who's going to put back the hand and help somebody up.
Yeah.
And remember the person that make you get the position that you're in.
And Lavi, I believe if I help somebody, if I pull somebody up, my thing is to tell the person who I pull up is help somebody who you're not down and pull them up. Because that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I got to tell you, thank you so much for being here with me tonight. We're going to be doing our close out. I hope my good technician can pull up my song. I don't just want to come out like that. I want to feel my song before I leave. And I controlling this now, eh?
Yeah.
But he's the greatest, trust me. I feel so comfortable with him.
Yes.
Hear it. Yeah, man. Yeah, but anyway, it was a pleasure being here tonight. Our topic tonight was reshuffling the ministries. That's the word on the street. If you're not performing, they're giving you a chance. They ain't even telling you to get rid of you. They're willing to give you a chance to reshuffle. But this patience, we can't have no 5 years when you're not performing. People need to feel you being in touch with the people. And I'm going to say this out there to each and every one that is hearing my voice tonight. I am on the ground, and I'm not going to be intimidated by nobody. I carry words. If you don't carry words, I carry words.
Yes,
I know my ability. I know what I can do in terms of influencing people. There's so many people out there. If I said, listen, I'm going red, Lavi, I with you. You got to be careful when you're cutting out people because those people that you appoint and have those positions, they don't have some of the qualities that our ordinary people have persons that they consider ordinary. And with this, I'm just going to say, have a wonderful night. Once again, I am Lavi Gumbs, and I hail from Monkey Hill, St. Kitts. Good evening.
And if you can't stay close, I don't that if you live in a glass house, you don't stones. And if you can't stay close, I don't that if you live in a glass house.
The views and opinions expressed on this program are solely those of the participant or caller and do not reflect the views of WinFM 98.9. WinFM reserves the right to disconnect any caller who infringes the law or offends the right of any person. The station will also refuse to take any call from any person who, in WinFM's considered opinion, is likely to expose the station to liability for statements made on the air.
Found the sound.